Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
How many times have you watched Final Fantasy The Spirits Within?
3.5.
Wow. How was it?
Well, to get the answer to that, you'll have to listen to our bonus Patreon episode on Final Fantasy The Spirits Within, Chris. But there's the original hour and 48-minute movie. There's the commentary track with some Japanese folks, and then a commentary track with some native English speakers who also worked on the movie.
Great.
So it's important to get all of this in our document that we're preparing, in addition to the play-by-play synopsis of the movie. I'm now at 22 pages.
Wow. Well, I have the Blu-ray. It's sitting right there. I haven't watched it yet, but by the time you hear this, I will have watched it.
I bought the same Blu-ray. I felt the same way about this that I did back in the day, which was, I think I liked it.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll see.
It's possible.
We'll see. You want to hear some hot sounds that I've recorded?
Yes.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic JRPGs, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. Welcome. It's the end of Season 3, almost, of Final Fantasy VIII. We're here. We're on Disc 4. My name's Chris. I'm joined today by Eric. Hey.
Hey, Chris. I'm drinking a Hershey's chocolate beer.
A Hershey's chocolate beer?
A Hershey's chocolate beer.
Yingling.
Oh, I thought it was actually Hershey's chocolate beer.
Motherfucker, It says Hershey's chocolate beer.
Well, like you, Eric, I'm putting everything I have into this podcast tonight because we are getting down into the nitty-gritty of the end of Final Fantasy VIII. But before we do that, we are also joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. Hello, RealNet. You too can join us at patreon.com/retroam. Thank you, RealNet, for being here, and thank you for your support.
We're also joined by the FakeNet, our post-production AI companion, and someone who was recently crucified alongside Shuchu and Ren Mizuho in the video game Xenogears.
Initializing FakeNet. Fasten me to the giant wood with your nails, just as you bind me to this earth with your words.
Ah, hello, FakeNet. Nice to see you.
Hello, Crisp.
We just fell through some water in the sky.
Yeah,
The
Proto Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff like this is in Final Fantasy Spirits Within as well, to bring that up again, where she falls backwards through a time portal.
Oh, really?
And it falls down. Yeah.
We've joked about shared tech in some of this stuff, so maybe,
Yeah.
or shared techniques as well.
The commentary tracks for that, they tell you, oh, this guy did this, he worked on Final Fantasy VII. Oh, blah, blah, did that, he worked on Final Fantasy VIII, and he liked texture.
He likes textures.
That's right.
He fears nothing. So once you actually regain control of the party, you are in a room the menu calls Commencement Room.
Yeah, commencement.
Which, I don't know, well, is a commencement room like a lobby?
Like where you graduate from something? I don't really know what
I don't
that
know.
was.
FakeNet, what's a commencement room?
Initializing FakeNet. The first result when you Google commencement room is Final Fantasy VIII. So, I don't know. By definition, commencement means a beginning or start, so this could be the beginning of the end.
It looks like the room that Renoa found Edia in at the end of Disc 1.
Yeah, in Galbadia.
With like the drapery and shit.
Also, this room is very important in terms of the, the mythos of Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast about classic JRPGs, because you go and you touch the save point, and you find this is the room where they make the save points.
Yes. There's always a save point room. There's always a lighthouse.
Yes. Music. Time compression?
Compression of time.
Excuse me, compression of time. Top 5 track in this game. I really like this track.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You don't really get to hear it that many times, but you can only use the first save point. The rest of them are ineffective, impotent save points.
Mm-hmm.
I try and leave, and then we get some asset recycling trickery once again. What happens when you leave?
Like backwards? Go where you came from?
You wind up in the same room.
Oh, okay. I didn't do that.
Oh, you didn't? You
No.
didn't try to get the hell out of here?
No. I was by the time I got here, I was like, I'm going to beat this game within the next day and a half.
The next room features the Edia chair with a sorceress in it. She stands up and she's ghosting around like when Renoa was possessed in space. She lumbers out of the chair, almost falling over. We get into a battle. She laughs as the battle opens up. But it's not Edia, it's a future sorceress clown lady.
Yeah, I've got great value brand Edea.
Yeah, that's good.
These sorceresses that we're about to fight in this battle are they all look cool and they look well designed, but they are definitely like B or C tier character designs from this game.
Yeah, it's definitely the last boss before the last boss before the last boss before the last boss.
Mm-hmm.
But what else is unique about this battle?
You go through space and time. The backgrounds change.
Yes. In my case, it started outside of Balam on the beaches. Then it goes to Esther, then the training center, then a snowy forest outside of Trabia, then the steps in front of Balam Garden, and then a mostly gray room that I do not recognize.
Yes. And by the way, Premonition is playing during this as well.
Oh, okay.
The Sorceress battle music.
Initializing fake net.
This is true, but we're going to keep rolling with compression of time because we won't get another chance to hear it.
Eat shit, Ratchet and Clank rift apart.
Oh, yeah. We're doing all that already. Well, let's do one thing first. Let's scan the Sorceress.
Okay, this is a battle?
It's
a boss battle?
It's not a boss battle, but I'm going to scan it and read it. Sorceress from Beyond Time who appeared due to time compression, uses magic, but is not very powerful. And
Just like me.
yeah, did you notice that the term sorceress, when you select it, is in double quotes? Like, sorceress?
It could be a sorceress.
What do you think this is representative of?
The absence of ideas when trying to determine a challenge in time compression.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Eric. I was going to say maybe this is the concept of Ultimecia compressing all of the sorceress people into one time so that she can have the ultimate sorceress power.
Are all sorceresses evil?
No.
But these are all just the evil sorcerers. Are these like echoes of sorceresses?
Yeah, I think
that are
so.
left
I don't-
behind in the
yeah.
commencement room. Like as the save point doubles, so do the echoes of sorceresses.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorcerai.
And, you know, my theory is that the sorceress powers, as they're passed down, they degrade a little bit, and now Ultimecia is
Oh, like a copy of a copy.
Yeah, like a
They're all like
like a screenshot of a JPEG.
Artifacted and compressed and shared on Facebook by your dumbass uncle.
Yeah, your uncle has 42% battery left, by the way.
Fuck.
Yeah, so we kill a couple of these sorceresses, then a different one comes down.
Are this the fluorescent worm lady that falls through the portal like Leto Atreides too, but wearing sorceress clown clothes?
That's the last one that comes out, but the one before that is like her dress gets puffier and more menacing. But yes, we are finally fighting this like reptilian looking thing, right?
Yeah.
By the way, if you scan these different sorceresses, same thing.
Good. I'm glad you were diligent and used up all
Of
your
course,
scan
I
spells.
used
Did
3
you ever have to
scans.
like redraw a scan, or did your original 100 draw sustain you throughout this
It did.
quest in Odyssey?
It sustained me.
It's good.
Also, I probably got some from like breaking down cards or something.
Yes, your harrowing cheat. After that mess, time compression resumes, and we're outside of Edia's house. Shit. I walk out to the beach. Squall looks around and sees nothing. Then out of nowhere, the field screen is covered in dystopian future shit.
Yeah, there's like floating chain rocks
Yeah.
and dead bodies, white seed people.
2 dead seeds are on the ground, and do you know why their eyes are face down?
Because you can't show dead eyes in Japan in 1999.
No, it's because when they get to hell, they can't tell on Squall to Satan.
They can't tell on Squall?
Yeah,
Oh.
because they won't see him.
I gotcha. Okay, that works.
There's also, structure in the sky chained to the side of a beach. Sorceress-adjacent accents are bound to Edia's house. Do you know what I meant when I wrote that? Because I sure don't. Was there like flair attached to that?
I don't. There was something inorganic that was kind of attached to this thing, but ultimately it's the bridge to Ultimecia's castle.
Squall speaks. Future
does.
seeds were fighting across generations, implying that the battle is still raging on, however long in the future this compressed time is. But these
So-
white seeds.
So the battle rages on in linear time, even if we change the end of time.
You cannot think about that right now.
Okay, can we think about it later?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're right. We can't get into it without talking about what's to come.
CG cutscene.
Yep.
It opens with a shot of the moon, then pans down to reveal a massive haunted castle floating in the sky. The top spire has a pair of evil wings from its tower. Thunder roars and lightning flashes. The camera pans across the front of the castle, revealing numerous gargoyle statues and barred windows.
You gotta have them.
It pulls out to a wide shot of the castle floating in the sky, complete with claw-light roots bursting out of its foundation. Smoke pours out of its edges, and the lightning never stops flashing. Chris, how do we feel about castles with wings?
I love castles with wings.
What's the point?
To fly, to float.
Is that the? Is that
I think it's
the
meant-
single pair of wings in the tower is supporting the castle, floating on the chained fucking.
Do you think this castle has wings because Ultimecia has been on one ever since she began her conquest? Like she needs to maintain a certain feeling. Like I need to be in this castle, in this winged
I
castle.
think it's
because-
theatric, right? Like you need
Yeah.
to have this badass gothic castle, and why not? Why not accessorize and add wings?
Mhm.
Once you're bored after the first few millennia, you have to add stuff to it.
Yep.
The camera then pans over, revealing another dead seed. Squall says, Ultimecia's reign, we have to end it now. And Chris, I love future episodes of like bad futures. Like whenever like some series, the only thing that came to mind was Heroes, which is a series I don't like, but it had a really good like future time episode where everything had gone wrong.
Oh, interesting. Like the episode of Community, the worst possible outcome. one, maybe.
I'm going to agree with you, having seen one episode ever of that show.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah,
It
sounds
gets
good.
wild. Ready to walk in this chain?
Yeah,
On
the
this chain?
next screen is an overhead shot of the same gray, dry ocean bed. Dead seeds and white coats are in different positions all over the beach. It ends on a massive chain which shifts subtly with the wind. I move up it. On the left are 3 doors with light shooting out. Each of these doors will lead to a different part of the world map. Chris, did you go explore the doors or did you go in the castle?
I was on a strict timeline. I did go in the doors to see what they did, but I had shit to do.
Good. I went in the doors later. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
We reach the front of the castle as new music plays. What do you have this called?
The castle?
Yes, castle.
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 It starts out light and fluffy before filling itself with what I like to call dread pianos.
Yeah, it gets a little whimsical in there too. Like, it's going to be okay, but also you're going to die. I don't know. I liked it a lot.
I walk up the stairs a bit, then Irvine, Selfie, and Renoa come up from behind. Squall is glad we all made it, and I'm glad the game accounted for the lack of a complete party.
Yep.
Zell tells the group that this is Ultimisia's castle. Irvine says, I've never seen anything so creepy. You think What's-Her-Face really lives here? Renoa thinks we've come this far. She's got to be here, while Kistis notes that this is the future, where she reigns.
Squall's line is really good. He's basically saying he doesn't know what's going on, but since we're at work, we might as well go to work.
Yeah, that's generally how I feel about work too, is if I can't get away with being lazy, I better actually do something to merit.
Yeah, may as well do this job.
Somehow this involves splitting into 2 parties. Who'd you take?
I took what we'll call my end game party.
Okay.
Even though Renoa is more powerful than Selfie, I feel like I just want to bring Selfie with me this time. So I have Squall level 100, Zell level 100, Selfie like 23. It's great.
I have Squall, Selfie, and Zell as one party, and Renoa, Irvin, and Kistis as one. Everybody's 100 except for Selfie, who's at level 20.
Oh.
So we both did that for some reason.
Congrats, Selfie.
We all walk in and up the steps. The huge double wooden doors open and gas seeps out. We get inside. It's neon green in here, and the game tells us that the party's powers have been sealed by Ultimisia's servants.
What?
Item, magic, GF, draw, command, limit, break, resurrection, save. Chris, why did gas leak out of the castle? What's in here? Is this like the magic gas that just went through our fucking nostrils and shit and banned all of our command options?
Oh, I was going to say this place was like hermetically sealed and they've been smoking.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
It just safari the whole house.
Yeah, this is like there's a bunch of friars in here.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
Ultimisia's castle is a rust-colored future hell. Weird bony structures are everywhere, lots of candle lights. Up the only accessible staircase is our first Monstar, the Sphinxar.
Yeah.
Is this better than the... Shit, what was it in Chrono Cross?
The Cryosphinx.
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 Yes.
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 Sphinxar and Cryosphinx together at last.
Yeah. Luckily, we don't have to solve any riddles, really. This thing says, face my wrath for seeking thy sealed power.
It's like, what do you mean? It's my power. Why should I not seek something that belongs to me?
Yeah. And can you please explain how you sealed my powers and why didn't you do this earlier?
It's the gas, man. It's the Friar gas.
They should have taken away the save a long time ago. We would have never fucking made it here. We have to stay up all night and day. Anyway,
This thing is a sphinx, but colored like the magic carpet from Aladdin.
it is, yeah. As we know, there are a lot of bosses in Ultimisia's castle.
Yes, it's a castle ruled by bosses.
And we can't do the scan game for 6 bosses before we fight a final boss that has like 4
6,
forms.
it's like 8.
8 bosses. We can't do it. So we've diluted these down to true false questions.
Okay,
On the
great.
scan. So I scan this Sphinxuar, right?
Cactuar, Sphinxar.
Yeah, Eric, true or false? Protects the hall of Ultimisia Castle. Defeated many enemies whose abilities were sealed.
Oh,
True or
sorry.
false?
I'm just so used to the
Yeah.
game. Well, Chris, I just took off my wedding ring, and I bet my wedding ring that it's true.
It's right, Eric. Ding.
How about that? I get to put it back on.
It's true. Great. So did you knock his face off?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I knocked his face off too to reveal the real face, which is the face of a sarcophagus, which I guess there's a face inside that face sarcophagus, right?
Yeah. Double face tie. There's a lot of face shit in this castle with true faces melting off and stuff like that.
Yeah. This thing's name changes. It's now called the Sphinxara.
With a A-R-A as
Yeah.
opposed to U-A-R.
I scanned it again. True or false? Sphinx's true form. Attack tactics change completely in this form, summons other monsters, and uses Doom.
True.
That's true. Congrats, Eric.
I can see through your lies.
Mm-hmm.
When you kill it, there is a unique evaporation sound effect when it falls over dead and its colors all rise to the sky.
Yeah.
Like you just murdered a rainbow and it has to evaporate.
Yep.
After, you can pick which seal you want to lift. What'd you pick?
I picked Magic.
Hmm.
I don't know why. Probably so I could. Oh, you know why I did?
No, why?
Because in order to get these scans, I had to go to the wiki.
No.
So I needed to unlock my magic so I could get scanned.
Oh, great. Thank you. I appreciate you doing me this solid since I'm still using analog paper.
Yes.
Well, I released Save first, Chris. Thank you for asking.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah.
I then go to the Grand Hall, which is through the entry doors.
Yep.
I try and walk across the chandelier, which is an odd design choice for a building, and it falls to the floor below. Selfie and Squall jump off without much issue, but Zell falls face down. Can't handle the shit, Chris.
Yes, I saw your note about this actually, and I tried every character, and Zell's the only one that falls on his face.
Metaphor. Yeah, everybody else kind of takes the damage of riding a chandelier down pretty well.
Yeah.
Not Zell.
Mm-hmm.
I find a hatch in the floor. I tell the game I would like to open it.
If you try to open this latch before the chandelier falls on it, you can't.
Okay,
It's
so it has to
rusted
jimmy
shut.
it loose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We go down to a spiral staircase to the wine cellar, and we meet a new boss. His name is Tri-Point.
Yeah, there's nothing to do. I got really excited when I got here because there's nothing to do in the wine cellar except for fight. There's no weird puzzles because this thing.
No, there's
is
no
a lot of
cask of Amontillado shit.
Yeah.
There's no
Wine
air
tasting
guys,
minigame.
wine mixing minigame. Yeah.
weird- God bless the ring.
God bless the ring.
God bless the ring.
It's Tri-Point.
Yeah, it's using elemental attacks, and whatever it doesn't use, it doesn't like. What the hell does that mean?
That's
To
what
hit
he
it with the
says.
opposite?
That's what he says.
That is what he says. What does it mean,
The
Chris?
actual answer is that you have to hit him with fire or ice, and depending on his reaction to it, you will know if he's weak. But he changes that weak point.
I see.
If you don't, he does something fucked to you. I think it's called Mega Spark. So this thing will kill you if you don't pay attention to the strategy like me.
Sparkman. What else can you do with this boss? Do you remember?
You can scan him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. True or false? A living weapon Ultimecia made out of a dragon. Fire or ice are its weak points, but they change when attacked.
Made out of a dragon. This is stupid. It's false.
I'm sorry, Eric. It's true.
Is this going to be one of those things where they're just all true and you're just going to try to trick me with truth?
That's for you to find out. That's part of the game. I did also note that this thing kind of reminds me of Tri-Touch. Are you familiar with Tri-Touch?
Is it a calculator?
No, Tri-Talk maybe? Tri-Talk?
Transformer.
No. Do you remember the frozen Esper in Final Fantasy VI at the beginning of the game?
I have no memories of sex.
Okay,
I'm
well,
sorry.
that is it's an Esper in Final Fantasy VI. I don't know if it appears in other games, but I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, carry on.
You can draw Siren from this if you missed Siren earlier.
Oh yeah. This place is full of.
Like if you missed a GF, a girlfriend, you can draw them out of the monster here. What'd you pick next after you beat this thing?
Well, I picked the art gallery.
You unlocked the art gallery?
Oh, what I pick? I don't know. Probably GF because I noticed that. No, actually, no, I didn't have GF. I think I picked save next. Actually,
Want to run Doom Train on somebody?
Yeah.
I go back up to the main room. I go up the stairs and I head through the right door. This leads to a weirdly lit, vagrant story-ass room with a bunch of full-wall paintings.
Vagrant story ass. I like that. I wrote mustard lit, but that works too.
Gaslit.
Yeah.
I ring a big goddamn bell and the timer starts counting down. What is this? Chris, this is actually for a separate boss later in our experience.
Yes.
I go through the door at the top and find a room with a bunch of paintings.
Oh yeah, this is the mustard room, by the way. This whole area I called Grandma's living room, the castle.
Ooh, yeah.
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 Out, smoky,
Yeah.
poorly lit, very hot for some reason. I look at the first painting on the left. It looks like it's from a balcony of a castle staring into clouds. We're told the title is too faint to read. Now we're going to experience is a puzzle where you have to look at Latin or Latin-adjacent paintings in the art gallery, get the keywords, then title the blank painting with the words. Should I just solve it? We're going to do that at the end.
Are you going to look at all the paintings?
Fuck yeah, I am.
Okay, well, I took a screenshot of all of them, and then I noticed that you wrote them all down, so I was like, I'm not doing that again. There's no
Fine.
point, so read them to me.
I find another painting. It's titled Ignis. It's a fire blazing out of control with a large moon looming in the background.
Hey, I'm pretty sure Ignis means fire in some language.
Yes, Xenogears.
Yes, Xenogears language, right. Lambian.
I find another, this one with water flowing down an icy mountain. This is Inundantia, which means flood in Latin.
Oh, okay.
I thought, by the way, neither Chris or I are native Latin speakers, so we are going
No.
to butcher this.
No, we were raised in the Catholic Church after they changed all the Latin shit.
Yeah, fuck that. I found another one with what appears to be Bahamut floating over a barren wasteland. This is Eudicium, Judgment, Duodecim, Dissidia.
Yeah.
Oh, it actually appears to depict a winged demon kneeling in a shallow pool of water with ripples emanating outward and its bones littered around it.
Bones.
Jesus, there are more paintings upstairs. One with 3 musketeers called Vigil. They're actually watchmen.
Oh, it's Pierre. The Pierre.
Right, the 3 Pierres. They're all carrying lanterns to, watchmen, because they're watchmen.
Oh, okay.
I find the Garden of Eden, Vividarium, which means garden.
Oh, that's relevant.
I find one that's Venus/love. An interpretation of an emotion depicted on canvas. Venus is an explosion of vibrant pinks and reds akin to a supernova, the focal point of which deriving from the lower left of the art to extend all four corners of the canvas.
Ah.
Next one is an angel statue overlooking a city and a large bird overhead. Pretty cool word. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Viator.
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 Messenger. Next one is just a swordfish. It's called Xiphias.
Oh.
Next one is it's a young woman in a red gown. An intricate gold hairpiece dons her head as she seems to smile at the viewer. It's called, fuck me, Zerempeliniya.
Great.
Next one is a tree-lined road. It's called Cistus. Next one is called Cowardice. It's called Ina Duax, which means cowardice. It's a group of humans being attacked by a series of demons as a lone man prostrates himself, arms over his head, in fear his friends are being slaughtered. Finally, Chris, the last one. It's a monster passed out next to a tree with knight's armor on the ground next to him. It's called Inter Vigilium. So he ate the knight, left the armor, and just passed out next to a tree.
Yeah. It's a crapulent monster.
Wow. What are these? I mean, if you're an evil sorceress, is there a human artist you admire and force them to do frescoes in your, like, what are...
I think the only explanation
It's cool.
is theatrics, I think, right?
I mean, if you look at her clothes, you would have to know that she's into, like...
She got really into art, and once she had expired her interest in art, that's when she decided to compress time because nothing else is worth it.
That's right. Once you've experienced all art, what's there to live for?
Yes. Well, actually, we just stumbled upon something.
I picked the correct three, which is garden, sleep, and messenger. In the garden sleeps a messenger, motherfucker.
Oh, how are we supposed to figure that out?
I don't know. Look at the internet.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Initializing fake net.
There's a big fucking clock on the ground that you can view from the balcony. You can determine which paintings to view based on the position of the 3 clock hands. Maybe try and explain the game mechanics next time you opt to promote your podcast is comprehensive.
The painting fades and changes, transitioning to a pastoral landscape. I exit out and the next boss, Trauma, my big golden-armed boy, is standing by the staircase.
Yeah, it's a very well-designed golden automaton with huge shoulders and huge fingers.
Yeah, this is a neat-looking dwarven technology dude.
Fun fact about this thing that I got from the Final Fantasy wiki in its artwork, I guess in some art book or the Ultimating or something, it's called Clay Lord, and it's a reference to the terracotta clay figures. Are you familiar with the terracotta clay figures?
Do you mean Haniwa?
Yes, Haniwa. Oh, great, Eric. You looked it up too. Good job.
No, I just know that.
Oh.
No, I looked it up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also, by the way, this thing will summon some counterparts called Droma.
Yeah.
In Droma's concept art, these things were known as the Fannel system. Maybe funnel system. Eric, what is funnel system from?
It's when you put a funnel in your mouth and pour motor oil.
Eric, what is funnel system from? What piece of trivia that you have no idea the answer to?
Fennel is kind of like celery.
No, I'm asking you some trivia. There's no way you're going to know this.
I'm making guesses.
So what is
Chris?
what would it be from if I'm making a reference to you about it? Because you know nothing about it.
Cinnamon checks.
No, Eric, it's from Gundam.
Oh,
remember Aerods?
yes,
The funnels were Aerods from Gundam.
from the future.
From the future and the past. And anyway.
Aerods sound way cooler than funnels, a
Also,
word that already exists.
I scanned my trauma.
Okay.
Figure out what was in there. True or false, Eric?
True.
True or false, Eric? Ultimecia gave partial life to this weapon of the future. Pulse cannon destroys any enemies in its way.
It's true.
That's correct. It is true.
I'm starting to feel like Chris didn't want to make anything up and is just doing all the correct ones. That's what it seems to be.
You're gonna find out, my friend.
The door opens and we can proceed to Stairway Hall B. The next area has a cellar staircase flanked by 4 Resident Evil 4 trap-ass looking suits of armor with axes. The top floor is a horseshoe balcony with 5 stained glass windows. This looks like that room in Radical Dreamers that kept filling up with water. I head down the stairs.
A lot of this place looks like the
It did.
Viper Manor.
I didn't like, and I don't know if that's just what all of this shit looks like all the time, or if this, like, there's some cross. Fake Net, did anybody who worked on Radical Dreamers work on this?
Initializing fake net.
Minoru Akao was a programmer on both games. Hiroki Chiba was an event director on Final Fantasy VIII and credited as special thanks for Radical Dreamers. Kyoko Yamashita worked on marketing and promotion for both games.
Floodgate. This leads to like a sewer, multiple doors, and a small trench with running water that actually looks really good for a PS1 game.
Yeah.
I had left to make it to a prison cell with a gated ceiling. Sunlight is beaming down through, illuminating the floor and looking above its glass in fidelity. Weird sentence. Why'd I write that?
Don't know.
In the foreground is a hooded, dead figure dangling a key with its right hand.
Yep.
I grab it. It's the prison key. And then somebody spawns out from behind me.
Yeah, it's the red giant.
That's right. It's the blue iron giant from earlier, but you know what color it is?
It's red.
That's right. Face my wrath for seeking thy sealed power, etc., etc. So I'm upset because it says that in a normal sentence with regular letters, but then you speak to him and what does he say? Intercapped bullshit.
Yes, intercap bullshit. Yeah.
He says, Gwahaha, physical attacks are useless. You hit him with magic, he says, that magic is useless. You hit him with Demi, and he says, no more Demi, please. You use Diablos?
Eric, I didn't have GF.
Motherfucker, I use Diablos. He said, Diablos, defeat is imminent.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't happen to me.
You died.
You can run away from this boss.
Really? Is that true for all of them or just
I don't know. This is the only one I tried to run away from because I didn't have Diablos and I didn't have any Demis equipped.
Great.
So I had to run away and go kill another one, get GF, and come back here. By the way, in the Japanese version, the red giant is known as the Wolframitter.
What?
It's a reference to wolframite, a tungsten-based mineral containing iron that is a primary source of tungsten ore. In the Italian version, this is called ultramite, by the way. I just noticed that. I thought it was pretty cool.
Do you know what? It'd be funny if in like Australia it was called Vegemite, or they eat Marmite. Which putrid jelly substance to those?
I don't know anything about putrid jelly substances. I apologize.
Okay.
Also, I scanned it before I killed it and used Diablos on it. Made it sad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
True or false? A giant machine powered by magic. Its high defensive power makes it difficult to damage except with magic and GF.
Machine? It's just a guy. It's not a machine.
A giant machine powered by magic. That's what it says on the page.
False. It's not a machine. It's a guy.
I'm sorry, Eric. It's true. But also, it's not true because it says it's difficult to damage except with magic and GF, and that's not true.
Give me my thing back.
No. You got what's wrong in the game, but what the game said is false.
Me of the future, play the buzzer noise backwards. Take it back. Thanks, me.
Great. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The door on the left won't open, so I use the prison key to get out of here. The other door up top requires the armor key. I exit out the stained glass door to the left. It leads to a ruined, Souls-ass horizontal shot of a hallway outdoor castle.
Yeah, dark and stormy.
Wind blows in the background. I pass a safe point and some lit candles against the only standing part of the wall.
Some more Radical Dreamers Viper Manor shit, especially that hallway.
What's funny is Viper Manor in that game is composed of 9 screens total?
Maybe less.
And the rest is all in my head of what I imagine that dank, dark, drippy place to be.
Eric.
God, that game's good.
That's Radical Dreamers is good.
Radical Dreamers is awesome, man.
Yeah.
Play Radical Dreamers.
Once.
With the translation. Yeah.
Play it once. Don't do what we did. Listen to what we did for $3 at patreon.com/retroam.
Elevator hall. It takes me to a room with 2 side-by-side cage elevators that only exist in video games with puzzles. I get in and arrive at the floor below. I get in the other elevator, then switch to the other party to counterweight the other side of the elevator back up. I fuck this up and have to run down a haunted hallway tilted at a 35-degree angle with light flashing through the windows. This leads to a familiar chandelier hall, and I run all the way back down with a fully male party to lift the lighter females in the other elevator. Chris, Xenogears weight system finally lives.
Oh, congrats. I had a hell of a time finding the upper elevator because you have to go where those suits of armor are guarding the basement. You have to go up and around to get here, and nope.
That's why it's a mystery, Chris. It's a maze. It's a
Couldn't
maze
find
castle. Chris, I looked at the wiki and got all the weights for everyone. Would you like to know everybody's weight?
Oh, sure.
Irvine, heaviest boy. He weighs 68.
Hat.
Squall, second heavy. I think shotgun.
Yeah.
Squall, second heaviest boy, 62. Zell, third heaviest, 63. Kistis, 52. Renoa, 48. And Selfie, 45.
Wow.
So as long as whatever combination, if one outweighs the other, you can use the elevator.
Do you remember Ultimisia's castle as being such a slog?
Yeah. I remember facing bosses and being really pressed without my abilities.
Yeah, I remember just hanging on to the edge of my seat, hoping that I wasn't going to die, because this whole thing is quite a slog. It's not easy.
As far as like a last game dungeon type thing, I think it's pretty effective.
Yeah.
I didn't play the game that actually took away menu commands.
If only the puzzles were not trash, then...
Yeah, that's true. They could have made some... I mean...
I don't know if all of them are trash, but like the painting one... Anyway...
I ride the chandelier down again, then depress a lever next to it to form a green light. This will lock the chandelier into place. It allows access to the terrace. I cross, and outside on a windy balcony, I find Krista. Krista says something unique, capital letters, "Show me what you got. You'll regret fighting me."
All caps. Yep. This is a 3-armed floating ice bug, by the way.
It's kind of solid silver.
Yep. I scanned it. True or false? Born of a jewel in Ultimisia's castle. Responds quickly to attacks, counterattacks immediately.
It's true. It counterattacks with
It's
counter
true.
rockets.
Yes, it does. I could never figure out the... by the way, my boy Gilgamesh came out here.
Nice.
And
Excalibur. Can you believe we forgot Masamune in the last episode?
no.
What bullshit is that?
Thanks for the save, Fake Net.
You're welcome, Crisp.
Oh, yeah, he came out and was like, I'm going to do Zantetsuken. And I was like, hell yeah, he's going to do Zantetsuken.
Hell yeah, he is.
Miss.
He missed.
Yeah, if the creature is not Zantetsukenable, then it misses automatically. So, great. By the way, the Japanese name of this thing is Cactus,
Yeah.
meaning the river of wailing. It's a river in the underworld in Greek mythology. In Dante's Inferno,
It sticks.
Cocytus, it's probably Cocytus actually, is the 9th and lowest circle of hell where traitors are frozen in a lake of ice. Satan is imprisoned waist deep in the ice at the very center of hell.
Didn't
Cool.
Solid Snake walk through that? Or excuse me, Big Boss walk through that in Metal Gear 3?
Big Boss walked through a lot of shit.
Before it...
One day I hope to catalog all of it.
Me too, on this podcast as it expands. The thing casts Ultima before it dies, which is just a treat at the
Yeah,
end.
it's great.
Also, you can draw Holy out of it. Have we been able to draw Holy from anything before yet?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember what, but yes.
I stocked up, son.
I think you can. Never mind. I don't know. Oh yeah. The strategy here is to draw cast Holy, because then it won't counterattack you.
Oh, okay. Does Holy, when
yeah.
you bless it, it doesn't do devilish things like fight?
Yeah, exactly. And so I never figured that out because I used Eden and I boosted it and it will exceed the 9999 barrier and it killed it because this thing doesn't have very high hit points.
Numbers hitting 5 digits. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Courtyard. I exit north from the chandelier room and find an outdoor fountain area, some kind of courtyard. Chris, are you thinking Radical Dreamers again, or is every haunted mansion castle basically the same thing?
Yes.
I mash X on the ground by the fountain and find the treasure vault key,
Great.
but only because I couldn't figure out what to do here and had to consult the guide. Next is the chapel up ahead.
Mhm.
It's a fairly large room with a purple smoke cloud in the center and a dispelled draw point. The north edge of the room has a standalone rotunda roof for some reason. And Chris, I instantly remembered this is the place where you fight Omega Weapon.
Oh, okay.
We're not doing that just yet.
No.
I head up the stairs and find a creaky drawbridge with 0 railings above a foggy chasm. I walk across it and mash X to get the armory key. If you run, it falls. Like as you walk across
Yeah.
the bridge, like the bridge vibrates and the key will slowly move to the right. I don't know how to walk in this game.
No. Well,
Analog controls do nothing.
yeah, you're right.
Do you have to hold a button or something?
Maybe.
Is it like hold triangle or square or
Maybe.
R1? Damn it.
For me, it was too late.
Yeah, did it fall off for you as well?
Yep, it did.
You're supposed to climb down the ladder and re-find it, but that's only if you've drained the trenches at this point.
Yeah, I'd never drained the trenches.
Me neither. It ain't down there. I didn't turn the water off and it floated away, so it goes all the way back to the trench area, the floodgate area. And while
Yep.
you're down there, you use the floodgate thing on the level to cut off the side and drain the basement.
Yeah, but you actually don't have to do that to proceed through this castle and get everything.
I'm sorry, am I on a podcast where I only do some things?
I'm not telling you, I'm telling the listener.
Okay.
Don't waste your time.
Armory. I use the armory key I just got to unlock the door on the left side.
Guess what's inside?
Stuff.
A fucking face.
Yeah. It's a bunch of suits of armor at the end, a face buried in a black portal. Its little lower mouth moves a lot, and I think it's cute. It opens, the next fight is a normal Visage, complete with lefty and righty. Visage is that thing that's like, that's face in the ground with its hands pumping
Yeah.
out. I kill that, and then a Gargantua claws its way out of the ground. My guy is basically Reptile from Mortal Kombat 4 onward.
Reptile.
Yeah.
It keeps grabbing Selfie and twisting her for a counterattack. I don't like this.
No. It's like some weird chiropractic shit.
Yeah. It
It's weird.
berserks everyone. I get sick of this shit and turn on battle boosts just as one of my boys can go to town.
Gilgamesh came out for me and did Excalibur, I think, and did max damage to it. It was great.
That's great.
It's wonderful. Another thing you can do to kill this thing, if
Mhm.
you don't have Gilgamesh's help, cast zombie on it and use cure items.
Oh, right.
Or
Zombie
magic.
in your head, in your head, in your head, right?
Yes, thank you, cranberries. Happy Thanksgiving. It's not Thanksgiving.
Good connection. On the steps behind him, splattered against the wall, is a bunch of green protoplasm. Chris, what's unique about this?
That you didn't scan them before you kill them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What else? What else do we got on the stand?
We'll
thing?
finish. We'll finish this. It's blood. It's supposed to be blood.
It was red in the Japanese version.
Yeah. Interesting. By the way, yes, scan. I scanned this thing. True or false, Eric? A large monster, but mainly uses magic to attack.
True.
Physical attacks anger it, and it may counterattack.
True.
That's right. Good job, Eric. Wow, you're really on
The fact that Scan pointed out that it angered the rest just fighting out of duty, and this guy just gets pissed.
Yeah.
Is that why Berserk is a part of his life?
I guess so.
He has to expel the anger energy.
There's also a hidden Ultima draw point here in this room.
Well, I've paid the shumis for all the Ultima I need.
Oh, yeah. You're...
Next, I had to use the treasure vault key on the flashing pillar in the crooked camera hallway with the light flashing. Were there any hints to do this? I don't know. Treasure room. It leads to a room with a holy draw point in 4 graves, coffins. It's a puzzle where they open and close depending on which one you access.
Did you figure this out or just mesh the button?
I just mash buttons. It
Yeah.
always this shit always works when you mash buttons. I'm not going to think in
Yeah.
a video game. I assume these all have a logic to them, and I just mash buttons. Haha. This leads to a fight with a red behemoth skin called Catoblepus
Catoblius.
from Doom.
Actually, Eric, it's from Greek. It's from the Greek expression to look downwards. It's a legendary creature from Ethiopia, described first by Pliny the Elder and later by Claudius Alanius. It's said to have the body of a buffalo and the head of a wild boar. Its back has scales that protect the beast.
What an uncreative chimera.
It is kind of that. Also, you can scan it.
Yeah.
True or false? Uses magic as well as physical attacks. Its skill with thunder magic allows it to increase damage.
It's true.
That's right, Eric. Good job. It's true.
Catoblepus actually has some dialogue. He says, I am Catoblepus. What do you humans plan to do to the likes of me? And I want to tell them my deepest, darkest fantasies, but Squall does not respond.
Yep.
This guy casts Meteor on
He
us
does.
before he dies.
And it makes sense thematically because he's kind of a differently colored behemoth, which uses a lot of
Behemoth, it says Bleepus. Catoblepus, not Catiobehemoth.
I know, but it has the same similar character.
Say the
model
word bleepus for me.
Bleepus.
Thank you.
You gonna do something weird with that?
No. Now I am. Now I have to.
All right.
Give me a slow Bleepus.
Bleepus. Bleepus. Fortress Maximus.
I go back to the chapel room for some bullshit. Accessing the organ, which is shot with a floor camera pointing upward because why not, prompts a button list for each face button assigned to do, re, mi, fa.
Yeah.
This is supposed to lift all the bars of the dungeon door on the right side of the courtyard, but I can never get it to work. I can only get half of them. Apparently the shoulder buttons are supposed to play some notes, but I can't make it happen. Fuck this. Where's Tiamat? Did you do this?
No, but I did some research on it.
There's another one of those things that gives you 4.
It's a Rosetta Stone.
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah, Rosetta Stone's
Yeah.
back there.
So in the original PlayStation version, you had to press 8 buttons simultaneously.
No one can do that.
The face buttons and the 2 things. You had to get your mom to help you press the
Yeah.
face buttons, I guess.
Or just jam the controller against the wall while you press.
Yeah. But that they actually changed that in the year 2000, in the future of year 2000, for the PC port where you only need to press the 4 face buttons. And this is also true in the remaster.
What's a face button on a keyboard?
Like WASD.
Okay.
That's the D-pad. MNK. I don't know.
My guy just said MNK.
MNK. Yeah, sure. Great. Mm-hmm.
I climbed the stairs. I crossed the bridge. So did you do this? No? Did you get the Rosetta Stone?
No.
Fuck that. I climb the stairs. I cross the bridge. I go in the tower with a spiral staircase. It's like 3 screens of spiraling stairs, one of which is swinging a golden pendulum. The top screen is a room with a bunch of clockwork gears, exactly like that room in Radical Dreamers. I exit out and find myself on the hands of a massive tower clock. I walk across as it leads to a ladder. This leads to another ladder. But I head back up, remembering you're supposed to keep leap across the pendulum
Yep.
in the center of the room. I do that and leap over to the balcony, exit, and find Tiamat flapping its wings in front of a full white moon. What a striking image, Chris.
Yeah. Looks kind of like Bahamut, actually.
Yeah, in the lore, well, maybe that's part of your scan.
Maybe. I guess we'll find out. Battle begins, Eric.
Mhm.
And Gilgamesh comes out and uses Excalibur. It was a great time.
That's great. Did you do 3 damage? 0?
I think it was 3. Yeah. I think it was 3 or 1.
Tiamat starts counting down letters like in Sesame Street.
Yeah, he's trying to spell the word dark flare because that's his move.
Yes, which is spelled D-A-R-K and then flare.
Yep, I I scanned him, Eric.
It's an upgraded version of Mega Flare. Go ahead.
True or false? Used to be a GF, became a monster under Ultimecia's power. Its dark flare destroys all enemies.
So GF, it's true, obviously.
Good job, it's true.
Interesting piece of lore. I like the idea of a corrupted GF, and that also leads credence to the idea that GFs are singular beings. You don't just tap into one and they clock out and go fight things for you.
Yeah.
Like the Ifrit in the fire cave that was supposed to test all students, Squall just took that shit.
I think if it's kind of like, well, you're not going to get this reference, but it's kind of like Ninja Magic in Naruto, where you can summon your beast. You summon them from their realm, and it can only be summoned in one place at a time. So if multiple people have a contract with that beast, then it can't be summoned.
Is Naruto the one I get in trouble for calling anime, or is that something else?
No, that's Avatar.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. Naruto is literally anime.
Yeah, well, I've had Kobe beef in a place that wasn't Kobe. Sue me. So, Chris,
Anyway, cool lore.
that's all I got for Tiamat and for the castle. So when you exit those doors at the beginning, there are places you can still actually go on the world map. Those are Fire Cavern, Tomb of the Unknown King, Centra Ruins, All Chocobo Forest, Deep Sea Research Center, Trebia Canyon, the Crash Site, and Tears Point. The rest of every single town is like got a white force field on it.
Yeah.
Because it's being compressed through time, and also because they couldn't compress data on the disk.
Yeah, they couldn't fit those people being excited outside the hotel in Delling City onto this disc.
Of course. I think I may have said this before, but I kept a save of Disc 3 on my PlayStation 1 memory card just so I could go back and visit towns.
Oh.
Just tour them. Again.
Try to find the Balam fish.
Dance with it. Instead, I went to go find the Ragnarok.
Oh, you mean your ship?
That's right.
Yeah.
I take the middle portal. It spits out to an island near where the white seed ship was as Blue Fields plays. I walked around till I found a chocobo forest and then did some clever world map navigation as Mods de Chocobo played while I rode my chocobo.
Great.
I moved through lakes, around mountain paths, around identical wastelands of Esther to find the Ragnarok just sitting there in the desert.
In the middle of the desert.
It's a pain in the ass, but it's a neat little secret to find on Disc 4. Your ship survived time compression. Chris, did you get your ship?
No, of
you
course
son of a
not.
bitch.
Got things to do.
I get on the Ragnarok, Movin' plays.
Initializing fakelet.
No, Ride On plays.
I go into the ship. I walk around the loading bay, and guess who's here?
Laguna.
Shu.
Nice to see you.
That's what I said.
It's funny how we just left the garden docked at Fisherman's Horizon and just never needed to consult that thing at all.
No, we left, man. We don't need those loot. I mean, everybody there's all fucked up, right? Like,
yeah, you would figure that like maybe
like even if Sid gave up on it, then Squall gave up on it, everybody's just leaving. They left Shu in charge.
No wonder these people have abandonment issues.
She speaks. Squall, Kistis, oh, I'm so glad to see you. I wanted Squall to play cards with the CC group members, and when I got here, no one was around. Then all that ruckus started outside. What on earth is going on? Is this all because of Sorceress Ultimecia? And Kistis tells her that time compression has begun. We must get to Ultimecia before she begins compressing time in this world. Shu thinks this sounds serious, and she tells us to go kick some butt. Remember when Shu was second in command of this entire thing?
Yeah, she was high up on in the ranks here.
Now she's just playing cards on a ship in time compression.
Yeah, she's not even Margie.
No. God. Shu later tells Squall that since all the CC members are here, he should play them. They've learned rules from all over the world. And she says, in Kistis, Cardmaster King will play you in the airlock. If you speak to her again, she says, go defeat Ultimecia, I'm behind you 100%. So then I tour the rest of the Ragnarok. Joker is in the elevator room. You know what he says?
I'm from Persona.
He says, what a mess.
Oh.
I'm from Batman. Club is on the bridge. He doesn't say anything. The two girls, Princess Diamond, are in the basement thing, and they both say good morning at the exact same time, just like the Tekken machine.
Good morning.
You know about that?
No.
Good morning.
Whenever you boot a Tekken arcade machine on, it says good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Jack is in the basement hallway.
Good morning.
He says, the fearful powers of the sorceress. We humans are so weak. By watching you guys in action, I get the feeling everything will turn out okay.
Cool.
Good morning.
You know who's in the conference room, Chris?
Laguna?
Nobody.
Oh, man, I want to have a conference.
Me too. But Laguna's not here.
Conferences and meetings, it's part of work.
Hell yeah. Zoom me up.
We're at work right now.
I go to the crash site. You know who's here?
Piet.
Queen of Cards.
Oh.
Good morning.
She says, it's been a long time. Get it? Do you wish to challenge me? And she should have all the rare cards you didn't get in the proper game.
Oh, okay.
So Final Fantasy VIII wants to make sure you have plenty of people to play on Disc 4 and cards.
Interesting.
I don't play them. I have all the cards.
Games of this era, or I guess slightly before this era, didn't make sure that they didn't gate you out of content.
Yeah, it's very rare for a game to actually pay attention and want to continue its primary minigame.
Please pay attention to this in the next video game that we play for this podcast.
I don't know anything about that game, sorry.
I know. I'm just saying, like, make sure you don't go too far or you'll miss some shit.
Finally, we must go back to the castle and face this game's final optional boss.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Omega Weapon.
It is.
Chris, note, do you have the uniqueness of this version of Omega Weapon?
Of this version?
In the PlayStation Steam and remaster versions.
It is not locked to level 100 like it is in the PlayStation version.
Right. In the original PC version, Omega Weapon uses the normal enemy mechanic of party's average plus 20%. I found another source that says the opposite of this, so I don't even know what the hell's going on.
What is Final Fantasy?
I go back and fight shit on the island closest to hell for 3 hours, getting everybody to 100. I think I put that out of order. Anyway,
Did you kill it?
of course, I
Did
took
you
the
scan
same
it?
journey I did 20 years ago because I went on to the closest to hell, closest to heaven, leveled my guys up.
Yeah.
I relived my 20-year-old self.
Great.
No, wait, 16-year-old self journey.
You didn't have to pop in an old memory card to beat the game this time.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I looked at my old memory card. My stats were actually better this time, probably because I had 3x speed.
Great.
Did you
Well,
scan it?
yeah, I did. True or false, Eric? Stronger than Ultimate Weapon, Omega Weapon is the strongest monster. It is bad luck to run into this monster.
We didn't talk about it, but I think you have to ring that bell and then switch to your party in a different place because like 45 seconds after you ring that bell, whatever it starts counting down to, that purple cloud will be Omega Weapon.
In the chapel, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. It does Megiddo Flame that deals 9,998 HP damage, leaving you with just how many HP left?
1.
1.
1.
That's
you,
right.
You never said true or false.
It's true. I didn't have to say true or false anymore. Or did you do this whole, was that, what just happened?
It was a ding. You can't, you
Great.
can't hear out of your microphone. If you want headphones, you know.
I don't want those.
I know you don't want them. Want shit on your head?
What happens after you beat this thing?
You get a proof of Omega.
It's a red flashing congratulations in all four corners. It says, you defeated the world's strongest monster, Omega Weapon, in Ultimecia Castle. You were the finest fighter in the world.
You are. Congrats, Eric. You're the finest fighter in the world.
I showed this to my friends.
Yeah? Did you show it to your friends this time? You can put it on your phone now.
I'll text you a screenshot tomorrow.
Yeah. Text. I want you to text at least 4 people that screenshot.
And see what they say.
With no context. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll text my mom.
I mean, they don't have to be people that would not know what it is.
And that's all I got before the final showdown.
The final battle, we got to scale that big old clock again to reach another castle. Is there a castle on the other side of the castle?
We reach the final safe point on the bridge below the clock tower. We reach a castle inside a castle or a different haunted wing of another side of the castle.
Did you notice what this is called on the menu screen?
Castle?
No.
Castle Crasher.
Master room.
Master.
Or bridge to master room
That's
or something
right.
like that.
That's what I call my bedroom as well.
Yes, the master bedroom. Master room.
We reach the final door and then you get some dialogue. Squall will say, this is it. Ultimecia is here. You can pick a get it over with, fight her now, or it's too early to face her. Chris, let's get this shit over with.
Yep.
The massive double doors open and we head inside. Halfway CG cutscene. It kind of just is like a panning shot of her throne and it pans up with her polygonal model on the actual throne. We don't actually get to see a CG Ultimecia, which is disappointing.
Yeah. Her throne is, it sits very high. She thinks
Yes.
highly of herself.
Premonition plays.
It's surrounded by golden pillars, and she has 2 torches burning on either side of her throne. So, expecting visitors, I guess.
She's wearing extremely revealing sorceress clothes and maintaining her Seymour Guado prototype haircut.
Yeah, red gown, raven wing cloak. Well, I think we'll find out later are actual wings that work. Pointy purple fingertips. Like Adea had pointy fingertips
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
right? And she's kind of tatted up a little bit there from head to toe. Pointy
Got some-
horned hair.
Colafo tattoos.
Yes, Colafo. He's one of the best.
The Bouncer.
Yeah, there's tattoos on her abdomen and under tit area. The camera cuts behind the back shots of our party, all standing alone, facing her elevated throne. It zooms in, then lingers for a moment, and finally Ultimecia speaks. Seed, 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 seed. Then it cuts to her throne with a side profile. Curse all seeds. What's unique about curse, Chris?
It's in K's.
Fuck yeah.
It starts with K's.
Mortal Kombat.
This line right here, seed, 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 curse all seeds. This is something that I just randomly throughout my life mutter underneath my breath.
You're doing some gardening.
Yeah, no, just whenever, it just has been emblazoned into my soul for some reason.
It's like an activation phrase.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I played the end of this game a lot, like multiple times.
Of course,
Just-
yeah. You beat the game, get the cutscene, man. Watch it again.
Yeah, there's no YouTube.
Swarming like locusts across generations. Again, all C's are K's.
Yeah,
You disgust me. The world was on the brink of that ever-elusive time compression. Insolent fools. Your vain crusade ends here, seeds. The price for your meddling is death. Beyond death, I shall send you to a dimension beyond your imagining. It's Hellraiser shit. There I will reign, and you will be my slaves for eternity. Capital letters, haha, laughing.
is sending us to a dimension beyond our imagining. Is that just Is that just her giving us a Final Fantasy?
I mean, it's like it's an anti-fantasy.
Yeah.
Because fantasy is something you fantasize about. A dimension beyond my imagining sounds like some Event Horizon shit.
I
don't
can't
wanna go
even
there.
Final Fantasy?
No.
Wow. Ultimecia, unlike other bosses in all video games, JRPG specifically, never tells us what Ultimecia's deal is. Like, this is the moment in which
Time
she's...
compression.
Yeah, but exactly.
To
it's,
rule.
Yes. It's good or bad.
Power.
This makes Ultimecia a much more mysterious figure. Like, you don't get her speech about how a girl broke up with her and she's got to destroy the world now, or anything of that nature. You don't even get her philosophy or her ethos. She's just here to fuck.
To fuck?
Yes. I mean, not literally, but she's here to fuck everything up. That's just what she's here for.
Final Fantasy has kind of a reputation, at least through 9, for non sequitur last bosses, and she's kind of bordering on that stereotype.
But in the case, and this also happened in Final Fantasy 4 and I think 5, but at least in those cases, there was the secondary bad guy like Kuja or Golbez to like give the villain testaments. But
Villain speeches.
Ultimecia has nothing.
Whom shall I exterminate first? I'll start with you three.
Before we get to the battle, hold on a second.
It's funny that you asked me those questions because mine for you were how are we feeling about Ultimecia's motivations and also does she have any, which is basically the exact same thing you asked me.
Yeah, good job, us. I guess we're of one soul. I guess maybe. So okay, I have some information from the website Tumblr.
Okay, great website. Yeah.
A post from Radiant Butterfly, whose profile says that they are a Japanese to English translator,
Okay.
who did a retranslation of this speech, and I'm going to read it for you. This person in the post wrote that they were curious, kind of along the same lines that we are, of what is Ultimecia's deal, and
Who's the witch lady?
yeah, and did she offer any hints in the original script?
Yeah.
And here's what Radiant Butterfly came up with. It displeases me. Why do you interfere with sorceresses? Why don't you let me be free? In just a little longer, my perfect world of time compression would have been completed. I won't allow you to interfere. Your very existences shall be absorbed by the algorithm of time compression.
Oh, it's math.
Yeah, you will feel agony as your thoughts are ripped apart and all your memories fade away to nothing. There won't be a thing you can do or even feel. That's the world I'm going to send you to. There will be absolutely nothing you can know. You'll be able to worship me. Worship me.
Worship.
Worship me. Worship me.
Chris, losing all my memories is a Final Fantasy. This is now something I look forward to.
Yeah. The sole existence for all eternity. The translator also has some notes on here saying that the gist of these two speeches is the same, but the extra details in this little section make it a fair bit clearer what time compression involves and why she wants it.
I think it's the difference between a standard villain speech and cutting a WCW promo.
Yeah, because a WCW promo is basically your intent to fuck somebody up.
Yes.
And
Whereas this is just like crude, typical like last boss villainy.
yeah,
Like there's no malice in the one we got.
some further notes. Ultimecia has no accent in Japanese. It uses the term omae to refer to the main characters, which would be considered arrogant and is usually associated with male speech. She uses few feminine speech markers, which means she sounds rather like a male villain,
Same.
though it can be seen as simply having no time for politeness or pleasantries.
That's more hints of androgyny with Del too, right?
Yeah. And perhaps the localizers, the English localizers, had no good way to express this, which is why they just made it weird and put the case.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, it does look more villainous with a K.
Yeah. Radiant Butterfly also believes, which I guess we could talk about later, but the description of the algorithm of time compression is similar to what Squall goes through in the actual ending, like in terms of the way that's described, which I thought it was a neat point. So thank you, Radiant Butterfly, wherever you are. Your contributions are well appreciated.
She stands up and the battle music starts.
Hold on, one more question.
Prem-
I have one more question. What was the start of all this?
Oh, that's from Chrono Cross, Chris.
Yeah.
Are you actually asking me?
Yeah.
Zell wanted some hot dogs? I don't...
No, Eric. Hein, a god of some sort, created humans to do his bidding and then got owned by the humans. After some sort of celestial battle, Hein hid his legacy in the bodies of women, and those who were imbued with it received a power and a curse. The power is passed from woman to woman throughout history. Occasionally, some women are born with Heinz power. A bunch of fucking monsters fall from the moon during an unrelated event. The power of the sorceress defines the next age's geopolitics, as one powerful sorceress tried to take over the world, enabling a mad scientist to create paramagic and tap into Guardian Force technology. A lot of children are orphaned during this war. A big dumb idiot fires the powerful sorceress into space. Her power is now sealed, and the potential for the internet is now gone. Then a bunch of mercenary kids faced the sorceress in the future, who then had to go back and do the ending of this game.
I would have put the dog in somewhere, but otherwise it's a pretty...
There's a dog, and the dog didn't go to space.
No, the dog did not go to space.
No.
You can't put dogs in space. It's against the fucking little rules.
I just wanted to try to draw that
No,
line
that's great.
from A to B.
I thought you were asking me that just to make me summarize all of it, but instead you did for me, and I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you.
It was rhetorical.
She stands up and the battle starts. Premonition continues, which means this is absolutely not the final battle.
No, we're just fighting. Just fighting. Not boss.
It's spar.
Yeah.
Random characters are selected, which is bad for me because only 3 of mine have junctions.
By the way, yeah, I was about to ask you, how did you... So you were going to roll main party.
Yeah, I forgot that this was a thing.
I remembered it being a thing, so I was trying to
Spread
think...
it out.
I was trying to think about how I used to do it, and I think I used to spread it out, but in this case, I kept everybody junctioned, all my main characters, Squall, Zell, and Selphie, but I took off Tonberry and gave it to Renoa. And then gave Renoa a bunch of powerful offensive skills so I could try to use her limit break. So she has Tonberry, and the Tonberry that I had, I taught most of the junction things.
I want to hack a version of this game where I hit that GF menu and it's just a Doom Train portrait as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, I know.
I want to junction Doom Train and Doom Train and Doom Train to everyone.
Yeah. This is the proto like Final Fantasy X where you can switch people in and out easily. The game does it for you.
Yeah.
But I think it's a cool touch. I always enjoy when the final battle allows you to
It needs everybody.
the entire party to
Yeah.
participate. Final Fantasy VI was the same way.
And it's true to her word, too. She says, "Who shall I exterminate first? I'll start with you 3." So she just grabs the first 3 she sees.
Yep, you know what I did?
You scanned Ultimecia?
I did, and this time it's a quiz.
Okay.
We're back to quizzes.
Great.
Ready? I scanned Ultimecia. Eric, is it a sorceress trying to change the universe by compressing time and freeing herself of the destiny of a sorceress? Number 2, a sorceress trying to destroy the universe by compressing time and become a living god. Or number 3, a sorceress trying to change the world by compressing time and taking power from all sorceresses.
True. The first one.
That's wrong, Eric. It was the third one.
Taking power from all sorceresses?
Yeah, you should have known it was a me because it says a sorceress trying to change the universe by compressing time and freeing herself of the destiny of a sorceress. It starts with the sorceress and ends with the sorceress, so it sounds awkward. I guess you wouldn't put it past the people to put that in the game. But.
Subject and predicate.
All weird. I started. Who did your battle start with?
I don't know, man.
I started with Squall and his 2 best girls, but they're the 2 worst girls because Selphie's not here yet.
Who's his best girl?
Huh?
Who is not his best girl? His 2 best girls. That means he has 2 best girls. Who's the not best girl?
It's Selphie, but she's the real best girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's not Squall's best girl? You don't think so?
No. Well,
She's
maybe.
the Irvine's best girl?
Well, I'm just saying the ones that he was closest
Ship,
to in the story.
Kistis, and Selphie.
That's fine. I'm for it. Kistis has nothing junction. Renoa is Tonberry only, but a bit beefed up, as I said. You know what I did next?
No.
I scanned Kistis.
Okay.
Because we haven't done it yet. Which one's true, Eric? Or which one is it? Uses a whip. When in danger, uses monster skills she has learned. Her
Monster skills.
admirers in the garden have formed a fan club. Number 2, uses a whip in blue magic. As an instructor at the garden, taught seed candidates battle tactics. Or 3, uses a whip. Known as a child prodigy around Balam Garden. At the age of 15, she became a seed and now is the youngest instructor in garden.
First one, fan club.
You got it. Ding noise. The next thing I did was took a maelstrom. Did you take a maelstrom?
What?
It's one of Ultimecia's skills. It reduces your party's HP by 66% and inflicts the curse status.
66%, Chris. 1 off the hell number.
Yeah, it's true. Or 600 if you think about it that way.
I let her kill my character who didn't have anything equipped, which was Selphie at level 20. Goodbye, Selphie.
Oh.
You know what happens when they die?
They fade into time.
Absorbed into time.
Absorbed into time.
Absorbed into time.
That's what I got.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
A new character will then take their place, but not immediately.
Yeah, you have time to revive them.
Not until she starts talking about the most powerful GF.
Well, do you know what happens if you try to summon a Guardian Force in the battle?
What happens,
She
Chris?
fucking kills it.
You mean like murder? Or
Yeah, there's no...
you mean like Odin kills it? Or like reduces its HP to 0?
reduces its HP to 0, but immediately, she will point at the character and there will be an explosion.
That
and
explains
thing
why
dies.
Doom Train didn't do its Doom magic.
That's exactly what I was trying to do here. According to the wiki, If the player is using a, quote, cheating device to invoke permanent invincibility on the party, Ultimecia will cast a spell on the party which can negate the cheat. She's the only
Is that
character.
true?
What?
That if you shark this, it'll detect it?
Well, if you use an invincibility item, she will also dispel that.
Oh,
as
like
well.
a holy war. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I mean, you said cheating device. I thought you meant like actually hacking the game with a Game Shark.
I guess that's what it means.
Shit.
That's the way I read it, which is why I put it in here. I thought it was interesting. Yeah, after we do enough damage, Ultimecia rises and calls forth the most powerful GF,
The GF's true power to show you. What'd she call it in your game?
Griever.
Well, in mine, it's Fake Net.
Oh, hey, Fake Net.
Hello, kid. Wait, what?
Fake Net, make them bleed.
With pleasure.
Music, the legendary beast plays.
It's great.
It's Griever, which is the fucking Fake Net. Oh my god.
Is this is Fake Net or Griever a figment of Squall's imagination?
That's what I'm wondering, if this is a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man situation.
Yeah, that's a good analog there.
Like, I really do think at this point they're trying a bit too hard to like make Renoa ask for the ring. Like some dumb ring that Squall got at a carnival fair.
Yeah.
At some point is like now the object of fascination because Renoa put her heart into it and Squall put his heart into Renoa. And this is the chain around her neck that binds them somehow.
Well, Eric, you might know more about this if you were Radiant Butterfly, who retranslated the most powerful GF, you shall suffer, ha 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 ha, in English. In Japanese retranslation of the original script, Ultimecia says, I will summon the one you believe is most powerful. The stronger you believe he is, the stronger he becomes.
Dude.
That will surely make you suffer, mwahaha.
Imagine if your most prized action figure came to life and killed you. If I woke up in the middle of the night and 4 Panzer Dragoon Saga discs were slicing my head open.
Yeah, it's possible that could happen, Eric. I don't know. The next line, you already said it, but the Griever make them bleed line in Japanese says, mwahaha, have you forgotten? Literally translates to, are you losing your memories? That is not the real terror of a GF. I will teach you the true terror of a GF. Griever, show them your power.
So there's an actual memory loss taunt in there, and amnesia.
Yeah, good call. Did this thing immediately draw a spell from you and cast it on your face?
Yeah, isn't that cool? Is that the first time that's happened in this game? Is as something's drawn from us, then casted it back on us?
He knows.
That's cool.
He knows Dr. Odine.
That's fucking great. It sticks around, flies in the air, looks menacing, and draws shit from us. But eventually, I kill it.
No, you didn't. You scanned it.
Oh, okay. I thought we already... Okay, yeah, this is a new thing. You scanned the new thing.
Yeah, Number 1, in Squall's mind, the strongest GF. Through Ultimecia's power, continues fighting without vanishing. Number 2, a GF born from Squall's thoughts. Griever is more powerful than anything in existence. Or number 3, the brainchild of an absolute edgelord. Griever doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Oh, it's that one. Number 3.
All right, that's wrong, Eric. It was number 1.
Doesn't give a fuck about anything.
I made myself laugh because I forgot I wrote that.
That's good.
Kill it. After we damage Griever enough, the music changes to the legendary beast as we get to see this GF's ultimate ability, Shockwave Pulsar. Transformer, I guess. We are driven to the middle of an ion storm and owned by a magical force that does a lot of damage. The battle continues as Kistis dies again. She has nothing junction to her, so I let her die. Also, it created a wonderful visual. While Kistis was like dead on the ground, Renoa was low HP, but she was supporting Squall, and Squall was fighting.
That's right.
While Kistis was face down.
Old girlfriend's dead and your girlfriend's alive.
Yeah. Eventually, Kistis fades into time, and Selfie's here. You know what I did, Eric?
Scan Selfie.
I took this opportunity to scan the most powerful sorceress in the world, Selfie.
Okay.
A transfer student from Balam Garden uses giant nunchaku and special magic. A transfer student from Trabia Garden uses nunchucks and a mysterious magical power called Slot. Number 3, the most powerful sorceress in the world, able to use a full cure, wall, rapture, and the end. Favorite food is Miss Moogle's cake.
Well, the correct answer is 2, but I believe in 3. It's 3.
That's wrong. It's actually 1, so you're double wrong.
She's not from Balam Garden, dipshit. What are you talking about?
I read it wrong. Sorry. You can have credit for it.
Thank you.
It's supposed to be a transfer student to Balam Garden. Excuse me.
Very good.
Mrs. Moogle's cake is something that she actually says her favorite food is in the game if you take her to Balam at a certain point.
How do we miss that?
I don't know. I guess we didn't have her in our party. I don't know. It's weird. It's on some random dialogue. Okay, now we beat this thing up and it rolls into a ball.
I kill the thing and light explodes out of it. Pink gas is expelled from its throat, then it backflips into a sphere of texture maps. It turns black and the music stops while we stay in battle. Ultimecia laughs and she says she will junction herself to the fake net as new music, Maybe I'm a Lion, plays.
Grandpa Nobuo loves guitars. According to the wiki, this song title might be inspired by the English hard rock band Deep Purple's Maybe I'm a Leo.
A white ball of light falls out of a black sky and into the fake net sphere. It does some backflips and emerges looking like Cerberus and a Moomba went through the machine from The Fly. Pink claws, ripped black skin, lady in a purple dress strapped to the chest area.
Next, Ultimecia's sperm fertilizes the Griever egg and it turns into a large beast in which Ultimecia is literally junctioned to it because it looks like she skinned Griever, turned it into a rug, kept the muscles, and wore it on her back.
Badass.
It's fucking crazy. I scanned it. Which one is it, Eric? Ultimecia junctioned to Griever, the ultimate fusion that bends time and space to prepare for time compression. Number 2, Ultimecia junction to Griever, a powerful monster that combines Ultimecia's and Griever's forces. Number 3, Ultimecia junction to Griever, a powerful monster that combines Ultimecia's and Griever's forces.
Well, you're laughing through number 3, so I'm going to guess number 1.
No. It was number 2 and 3 because they were the same thing.
Great. You just did the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it was great. Ultimecia in this form will cast Holy and Dispel at the beginning of the battle if you have any buffs on there. She will continue to instantly kill your GFs. She will also use summons these little 3D shapes called the helixes.
I just assumed I was getting unlucky with the GF murder, honestly.
Yeah, it's weird. After she summons one helix, she will begin to cast Ultimecia.
What?
She will begin to cast Ultima.
Okay.
If she can summon 2 helixes, she'll gain access to Meteor and will begin using her special attack, Great Attractor, every other turn. What does Great Attractor do, Eric?
They say it Men in Black.
It deals powerful physical damage to the entire team, but can be defended against with protect spells. So it's like kind of like physical damage. Once she loses about 65% of her health, Eric, her tail falls off. The Griever tail, like the bottom half, falls off, and the helixes disappear. Now she will begin to use Quake and Tornado.
I think at some point through this, I got the Squall limit break that does like the, it might be called Lionheart. I'm not entirely sure, where he does the Omni slash shit all over.
Yeah, you do the...
Which I think killed her way too fast for any of this to happen to me.
It's possible. In my case, I also did the Renzo Kuken on that aura shit. Did you cast some aura in this battle?
No, I was out of that at this point.
You were out of it?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I guess you didn't get any from cards and items, because I had a lot of them.
Thanks.
I had already used Meltdown, and I did a Renzo Kuken, and every hit did like all 9s. It was pretty crazy. But I did not... What's that last skill called? A Lionheart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that only unlocks if you have his final weapon, and it's a very small percentage chance that it happens at the end of the
I have
exchange.
that, so...
Yeah, so congrats. At some point, I'll let Renoa die and be absorbed into time, and Irvine came out.
Finally, my boyfriend. My husband, Cowboy.
I'm trying to get my final party, and it's just not happening. I'm waiting for Zell. Gand Irvine is an expert marksman that can use specialized bullets to attack enemies, doesn't have a girlfriend. An expert marksman can use magical bullets to attack enemies, doesn't have great people skills. Or an excellent marksman can use specialized bullets to attack the enemy, doesn't perform well under pressure.
Does not perform well under pressure.
That's right, Eric. Great.
He has many girlfriends, we just don't know about them.
Okay, now we can kill the junctioned Ultimecia Griever form, which was, by the way, a very cool form. This final boss battle is good. There's like 3 tracks.
Just a plank between 1 and perdition.
No, it's not. It's the extreme.
The Griever head above her head roars, and she throws her hands up in the air, unable to believe this shit. A column of yellow light falls from the sky, and Ultimecia and the Griever body start disintegrating into Virtua Fighter polygons.
Yes.
It zooms out, the column of light engulfs half the screen, and it all explodes into white light. When it's over, our boys, in my case, are standing alone in the battle pose as ash light falls from the sky like snow. The sky returns to normal, but there is no victory music because this is no victory. There's an extended shot of Squall from the side as the clouds in the background pass by. It's total silence, and the player is supposed to savor this moment.
I do.
Suddenly, the background is erased. It's jet black. Ethereal swirling is audible. Panes of light begin shooting out from below, and a figure emerges. Chris, it's Ultimecia, fully kitted out in her spiked purple sorceress organic skin spear gear. And also her face is missing from her head.
Yeah, she has no fucking face. She kind of looks like Ava Unit 0.
It's a black void.
It's
A
great.
sphere of green light is born in the center. It says, I am Ultimecia. The sphere starts pulsing and glowing as more new music, The Extreme, starts to play. She speaks. Time shall compress, and now she's dropped all the Ks. All existence is denied. Why did she drop the K?
Well, if that
Just
was
like her true self?
if that was supposed to be a menacing tone earlier, now she maybe feels like she's already began time compression and she's won. She
I
feels
see.
like she's won, maybe.
All duty.
Yeah. We can't see her bottom half yet, right? Do you have notes on that later?
Light shoots out of a horizontal pane out of her face sphere, producing a shockwave. It fills the screen. The camera comes back and pulls out of a zoom of her entire body. The light ripples and fades into the background. We fight her on a purely black screen, and you can't see her bottom.
Well, not right away. Eventually, she reveals the bottom, and it's the torso of a human with their arms in the funeral pose, hanging upside down with white hair. It might be Sephiroth.
God, that's cool.
Yeah, it's very sick. Also, something cool according to the wiki for this video game. The field of stars in the background, the part of that is actually part of the Ultimecia character model. Like if you
Like stretched.
yeah, it's like stretched out all around, and because if you were to pull that asset out, you will get that, which emphasizes the fact that she is in the middle of absorbing space and time.
Is that cooler or less cool than John Romero's head in Doom 2?
John Romero's head is undefeated, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
The icon of sin.
Yep.
She does Hell's Judgment, spawns a celestial math glyph below the party, then shoots orange and pink light upwards for massive damage, leaving everybody at 1 HP.
There was there was plenty of time though, Eric, for me to scan her.
Oh, okay.
Despite her doing
Yeah.
this, so please reflect on your final scan because this is our final one. Thank you.
The final countdown.
Yes. Number 1, Ultimecia, transformed to absorb all space and time, absorbing all existence as we speak. Number 2, believes she is destined to be trapped in a cycle of endless time, doomed to forever repeat the same actions. For this reason, Ultimecia embraces the concept of time compression. Number 3, Ultimecia finds joy in inflicting suffering and death unto others, has no long-reaching goal for her destructive actions, but destruction itself is the goal.
Number 2 sounds the best to me because it paints Ultimecia as also a victim of time, doomed to repeat the cycles. And what is a human being if not someone who repeats destructive cycles to their own end, Chris?
That's wrong, Eric. It was number 1. Number 2 is just a random line I pulled from the wiki.
Pulled from my brain.
Yeah, good. Number 3 was a line about Garland from Final Fantasy 1.
Okay.
So, shout out to
Good.
Jack.
What's up, Garland?
Chaos.
Do you have any notes about the Extreme?
No, metal as shit.
The piano, there's like a synth that got dangerously close to the Halloween theme at some point.
Oh, really?
Also, at some point, I noticed it brought back the Final Fantasy VI battle theme, which is also the Final Fantasy IX battle theme, which I think is also the first game's battle theme.
Yeah, that like bass line
Yeah.
that comes in. Yeah, yeah, I really love that.
I want to say that like there's multiple elements. Like this is a long song, and I think there are it references multiple Final Fantasy battle themes
If
in
you
the song.
if you hear that bass line in the middle of this battle and you came up on Final Fantasy VI and the original Final Fantasy,
so fucking
it's
good.
a fucking moment,
It's
dude.
so good.
Yeah.
God, like Final Fantasy is keen to reference itself, but usually not that directly.
All this, re-experiencing this for the first time in a long time, all this is completely vivid. The only thing that like I didn't do this time that I used to always do was win this battle with pulse ammo, but fuck Irvine this time. Ultimecia can cast Flare, Holy, Meteor, and Ultima. She will also dispel and instantly kill Guardian forces.
Still on that, huh?
She can also...
Is there, what's the narrative reason that she kills GFs? Like, is it just because it's too overpowered for you they wanted you to win as like yourself and not
I guess
your
to
memory fucking...
punish people who have been relying on them the whole time, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. She can also remove an entire spell stock from a character's inventory. Just fucking take all your scans if she wants, even if it's junction. So it can hurt you. She can also reduce the entire team's HP to 1 with her Hell's Judgment spell, which I think you already said. Once she reveals her lower half torso hanging thing, she will
Love it when they do that.
she will draw Apocalypse from it and begin to cast it upon the party. Apocalypse is a spell even more powerful than Ultima, and it can cause damage in the range of 8,000 HP or higher if the party is not protected by shell.
Drawing from yourself is definitely sniffing your own farts.
Yes. You can stop Ultimecia from using it by destroying her lower half, and then she'll use Ultima and Meteor again. Did you play this straight up?
No.
You didn't?
At this point, I used Battle Boost. I
Oh.
lost, and I was like, "Well, I'm not doing that again."
I
so
played it straight up, and I had a great time.
It's
it was
good. I'm glad you. I didn't turn them on the entire castle, but this last part, I was like, oh.
I did the opposite. I did them on the castle part and didn't hear. But it was I had a great time. I mostly was trying to use aura to trigger limit breaks and do some fun things. Do you know how her death speech works?
No.
So
I just thought she started belting out lines.
once she runs out of HP, her HP hits 0. That's when she'll begin her death speech. She'll keep attacking during the speech if you don't do anything, but you must do at least 200 damage to her to progress her dialogue.
Oh, for each line?
Yeah, so
200 is relatively low threshold.
yeah. So it's pretty cool because her speech belts out slowly instead of you being able to miss it.
Like she croaks it.
For some reason, I don't have her speech, but I have the Japanese version, so go ahead.
Well, in English, she says, first, reflect on your childhood. Next, she says, your sensation, your words, your emotions. And then time, it will not wait. And then no matter how hard you hold on, it escapes you. And finally, she just says, and.
Yep.
And that's it.
In Japan,
I love how it ends ambiguously. Like she's actually somewhat remorseful right here.
yeah, it's great. Like leaving this deep mystery behind Ultimecia is, I think, a choice I support. Let's put it that way. The Radiant Butterfly translation here. Have you remembered something? Something from your childhood? A sensation? The words from back then? The emotions from back then? As you become an adult, you leave something behind. Throw something away. Time will not wait for you. Even if you cling to it, it slips away the instant you open your hands. And ... The passage of time is Ultimecia's like existential dread.
Yeah.
Like that's
When time's not compressed and flows naturally, that is her.
yeah.
her
Which
weakness.
We'll learn more about the nature of the death of a sorceress a little bit later in the ending, but I think part of that is part of this as well. So hang on to that for later. My final hit on her actually was a Zell dual combo, and I got the which will probably be the cover art for this episode, but I got a screenshot of Zell uppercutting Ultimecia in the face with his dolphin punch, with a dolphin coming up,
flying out, yeah.
a dolphin flying out, doing all nines. His
Tifa reference.
his final move in the chain, I got the Meteor Barret thing where he grabs a huge ball of light like Goku and like punches through her and lands on the opposite side. I got a pretty good video of it that I'll post sometime. Ultimecia dies.
Dies is underselling it, Chris.
Yep. Tell me about it.
Light shoots out of her anti-face, firing off in different directions with each pulse. It stops. Her body goes limp, then it collects all in her face. A pure column of white light shoots upward as she points her head toward the sky. Light explodes from her chest in every direction. And for me, it cut to Rinoa alone against a black background, shot through rays of white light. It cut to Squall, then to Kistis, showing similar scenes from different angles. It then cuts back to Ultimecia. More light shoots out of her body, then she explodes. It switches to a distorted video screen of her upper body and an effect similar to the start of Eden Guardian Force. The status is audible before it rumbles out, turning the screen white with light once again. Chris, what do we read into the static and distortion? Is it time uncompressing?
It's the reversal of the process.
When I said status audible, I meant static audible.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't either.
Good thing it won't be on a podcast.
Mm-hmm. It then cuts to a ground level shot of Ultimecia's platform. Her body is convulsing as the whole platform shakes. The rest of her body disintegrates as the limitless supply of white light shoots out of it. The screen turns white once again, and we end this episode one more time.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
One more time compression.
I'm really excited to have the opportunity to do an entire episode on an ending.
That's good.
Yeah,
Again.
Yeah. For the first time since last time of season 1. Please see season 1. Before we do that, would you like to consult the RealNet, Eric?
Yes, sir.
Initializing RealNet.
Okay, ready. John Doe says, I fucking love Ultimecia's Castlevania-ass castle. Which I thought how did we miss that? I thought I wrote down Castlevania in my notes.
I just thought all castles were like that. I've been to Europe, but never to a castle.
You thought all castles were Castlevania?
Yeah, why wouldn't they be?
Lil Man Dragora says Evil Alexander. Like the castle itself. It's like Alexander.
Yeah, I think Alexander's, in 9, Alexander spawned wings that like protected the city, right?
Yeah.
Of Alexandria.
Yeah. Yeah. Or it was the castle, maybe. Shy Guy 32 says Ultimecia is so extra and I love it. Shy Guy 32 says the feathers are actually zippers. Lil Man Dragora says, do the belts hold the wings up or the wings hold the belts up?
I didn't take a note, but I was watching the ending again today, and I think on that last Ultimecia death sequence, both white and black feathers shot out.
Oh, really? Interesting. John Doe points out that Zell continues to be the game's punchline with the falling off the chandelier thing. Like till the very end, even though he became quite competent throughout
He's
our
unstable,
adventure.
Chris.
Yes.
Big Bad Rascal's got too much influence on him.
Cal L says, does a drawbridge give you magic? Ha ha.
It's good. Ding noise.
Yeah. Shotgun 32 says Cataplobius. What I don't know. It's one of the reoccurring monsters in Castlevania. It breathes petrifying gas.
Public domain shit, dog.
John Doe says, holy shit, Ultimecia's castle even has a clock tower. Capcom about to sue someone. I think you mean Konami. Konami.
That's the joke, right? Is people always confuse Capcom for Konami. That's been like a 25-year joke.
John Doe says, I guess the Ragnarok just concentrated really hard on its friends. Shotgun 32 says, Zhu is probably the most competent person in this game. Yeah. Sebastian P says Zhu would have been a good playable character. If this
Zhu's
game
gonna place high in our character battle.
If this game had more room for more characters, I would agree. But the GF
she
thing,
would be the party. She would join after Edia.
Yeah. Shotgun 32 says, wait, is she just applying the MPEG 3 to the entire world? Cal L says, worse, the real media. Get out your real player. John Doe says, my read on Ultimecia, based on some of the stuff we know about sorceresses, is that Ultimecia hates Seed because they exist to kill sorceresses, and has dedicated herself to creating a world where sorceresses can no longer be oppressed, without realizing that her own time fuckery that she's Oedipus Rex style caused her own downfall by attempting to avert it.
These things happen. Cause and effect.
Cliff Racer says the moral of Final Fantasy VIII is to just say no to time travel.
Just say no.
Shotgun 32 says, finally the fake net can try to kill the boys.
I've been trying this whole time.
My friend Dragon Zord said it probably would be fucked if Squall junctioned himself to Ifrit or whatever. I shall now junction myself unto Doom Train's face.
I wonder if that was supposed to be more of it, where you were visually represented.
That'd be so cool.
Like that.
Shy Guy 32 says, it took me a long time to notice the dead sorceress hanging inside her robe. Like that's that bottom torso human part. Yeah, it's so sick. You wonder if that's her original body, and she's like
she just sheds bodies
metamorphized.
down.
Yeah. Lil Mandragora, thanks RealNet for your contribution tonight. We'll see you next time. This podcast has been a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on December 22nd, 2021. Thanks, Mark.
Shepard!
For the music.
You're welcome, Chris.
Find us on Twitter at Retro Amnesia Pod, and if you like us, tell a friend. And support us on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam. Get early access, bonus episodes, miniseries, voting rights for our next series, access to the RealNet on Discord, and a podcast about Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. Podcast at retrogradeamnesia.com is our email address. Eric, until next time.
We're going to do the ending, Chris.
Squall's dead.
Squall is dead.
But he might yet live.
And now you may go back to sleep. Hey, dude.
Made your kids look dumb as shit.
Oh, well, that's because they're 6 years old. It's easy.
They busted out their little Fitbits they got for Christmas or whatever, and they were like, hey, I got like 9,000 steps today. And they're like, how many steps you got? And I was like, what do you think, kid?
Well, yeah.
What do you think? Check this out. And I showed them 19,000.
19,000.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. That's what running will do for you. They're very much obsessed with the making numbers go up.
I just said that to him.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
No.
Oh,
but that was like the little catchphrase that you came up with during your Chocobo thing.
Oh. Making numbers go up is cool. Yeah, I tried to tell them what stats were, but then Brooke informed me they don't really know what the hell a stat is.
A stat is?
Stat, like a stat, like good stats.
Oh, you should have said like how much health you have left.
Can they conceptualize that?
If you put it in video game terms, yeah.
I don't know if these notes were final. It is. Okay, good. Oh, I found this in a laptop bag I was cleaning out. That's for you.
My name is Chris, and if my houseplants are an accurate indicator of how I will raise my children, I will pee on them when I've been drinking whiskey.
I'm pretty sure that's one of yours, right? I didn't write that.
I think you wrote that.
I don't know, man.
That's either an Eric thing or a Chris from 2011 thing, I guess.
Steve could have written it.
Yeah, Steve could have written that. Yeah. Oh, it worked. Look, you can see. I don't know if if you guys can see, but there's a fake net in the CRT behind Eric. Okay.
I nominate the woohoo for a noise.
Woohoo!
It's on there.
Display.
Yeah.
Great. And I will leave you to nominate the other
Okay.
correct noise.
Yes, the woohoo has been added to the soundboard
Woohoo!
to be memorialized in the same way that
The Bouncer.
There's a moment where one of the mechs was using a large machine gun, and they shot the machine gun, and the shell came out of the robot and fell on top and hit a lady in the forehead that was carrying her baby, and she died, and the baby was crying on the mother, going "Mama, Mama, Mama," and one of the characters picked up the baby and ran away.
Is this for children?
Gundam is fucked.
Okay.
No, that's not for children. You just reminded me of wanted to call our episode where we discussed Krellian in the floating in the thing, in the ether or whatever. I wanted to call
face?
I wanted to call it a fucking face because I think you said a fucking face.
It's a fucking
there,
face.
I didn't say it.
Laura Palmer ripping off her fucking face.
If you go here, all right.
Yeah, when I forgot when I drink, I get shit in my throat.
Oh well, it's all right. We edit these podcasts. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I don't know. Fuck me. Zerampelaninia. I'm not going to do it, but I tried to record Eyes on Me, and anytime that she said the word me, I put in shepherd. But it doesn't sound right, so I stopped.
Okay. We already played Legendary Beast, right?
Yes.
Okay.
A white ball.
Oh, hold on a second.
Okay.
Sorry, Eric. I think Did we do the? Are you doing the part to where it casts Shockwave Pulsar on you?
No.
You're doing the merging part?
Yeah.
Fuck. Let me do another part because we missed something
Okay.
during the battle. You didn't talk about Shockwave Pulsar at all?
No.
Okay. Allow me to talk about Shockwave Pulsar for a second.
Chris, what is Shockwave Pulsar?
Because it comes with a fucking musical track. The music changes during that battle. In the middle of the battle. Have we played the Legendary Beast yet? The song?
Yeah.
So I guess you referenced...
Legendary Beast plays after she says make them bleed.
I have that the music doesn't change to Legendary Beast until after it uses Shockwave Pulsar, where it pulls you up into the Ion Storm. Did you kill this thing earlier or something?
I don't know.
I'll just do this. And
I only beat it once.
I'll figure it out later.
Okay.
I'll read this part and then I'll figure out where it goes later.
The Griever head above her neck roars, and then she throws her hands up in the air, unable to believe this shit.
Wait, are you killing this thing already?
I think so. Maybe.
I'm talking about her merged form with Griever. Do you have that?
Could be later. I'm not entirely sure. Did she start talking about reflecting on your childhood, sensation, words, emotions?
Ultimecia comes down and says she is going to junction herself unto Griever. The music then changes to I'm a lion.
Maybe I'm a lion.
Maybe I'm a lion. Excuse me. I don't always know if I'm a lion. It's good music.
The Griever. Fuck. Well, when you said it was between. Never mind.
Okay.
Bad reference.
No, you did great. Ultimecia, transformed into Absorb. Let me start all over.
Zorb.
Has no longer. Shit. Has no.
There's no longer shit. Butthole's plugged up.
Lots of outtakes this time. Bleepus.